This is a story about going for it. Don Quixote tilting his lance at windmills, charging into the face of the impossible. Young men bravely riding into the frontier of the unknown, because sometimes you win, and even if you don't, it's still a rush.
Trying to knock things down. I should be a singer, dude. Whoa. Got some like ultra modern windmills, dude. No way. Oh, hey, dudes. It's just me on my way to Palm Springs for a little fun in the sun. I heard they got this like gnarly wave park there, dude. It's kind of like a modern day Gidget set, only Sonny Bono is like Moondoggy, and Betty Ford's like the Gidge. Anyways, I heard they got some like giant waves, dude. No, I mean like giant waves. That's better. Hey, what's that? Looks like a race. Without me? From the Palm Springs tramway all the way like down to the valley floor. Now that's way rad, dude. Looks like it's just practice so far. I'm not too late to enter. I can handle this, 'cause I'm bad. People tell me I'm bad all the time. Oh, wait a minute. Anyways, I must be bad, 'cause I'm tight bros with all the best bike dudes. Guys like Pete Lonkarovich, Dennis McCoy, Dave Volker, and Tommy Brackens, who's favored to win this event today. So you don't believe me, huh? Well, I'll show you, 'cause I'm bad. I'm bad, you know,
Gravity-powered vehicle bikes, GPVs for short, come in all shapes and sizes, with a theory behind each.
You won the first serious downhill race. You know, what was the difference between that race that you won and this race right now?
Well, between that race and this race, a lot of guys at the first race didn't have fairings. Right now, they learned a lot from that first race, which I beat a lot of guys that did have fairings, which of course I didn't have fairings at the time, but since this is a bigger race, I assume that everybody's gonna have fairings for this event.
Does the fairing help you much on it?
Helped a lot. Helped a lot, like 80%.
Gork, I noticed that your bike has 16-inch wheels on it, and other bikes here have, you know, as big as 26-inch wheels. What's the advantage or the disadvantage to having big or small wheels?
Yeah, well, actually on this course, I think it's a disadvantage because there seem to be a lot slower than a lot of these guys. Some of them run 24-inch wheels, and these don't have the precision bearings or anything. And on this course, it's more of a drag race than I think the 16-inch wheels are good in cornering, and like up at Glendora Mountain Road, 16-inch wheels would come in handy because you have a lot of turns.
The tramway road is a little bit bumpy. That's why a lot of us have weighted our bikes a little bit to give us a little more of that cushion. It seems to ride a little bit smoother. That's the main thing, is to stay smooth, find a smooth line, avoid the cracks. It seems to me that the yellow line is the smoothest.
Go, Dave!
riding motorcycle maniac of a cameraman and a helicopter cam were in place to capture favorite Tommy Brackens in this moto midway through the competition. Number 1 Brackens immediately gets the whole shot position and assumes a streamlined crouch behind his fiberglass fairing.
Well, it's all in aerodynamics and the rider himself, you know. Whether to brake, where not to brake, and how to set up in the corners. That's basically it. Well, that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing weird or strange or anything.
At times, Brackens seemed to be toying with the motorcycle cam, for lack of any nearby competition. No, Tommy, there's nothing back there but your shadow. By the time the last few motos rolled around, a lot of rough and tumble action had already gone down. It seems these guys love to tell wipeout stories.
One of my struts broke that holds my fairing on and started rubbing on the tire, and that's the end of that.
Took the tire on it?
Yeah, I was first in my first moto.
Oh, jeez, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, basically, a rider slowed down his brakes in the downhill corner. I had to swing outside as I got caught up in the dirt on the outside. Bike started to slide. I did the swap. I saved it. I was all right. Came across here. I was probably doing 40, 45. Back tire went flat. Of course, from there it was high speed wobble and bike high-sided, and I flipped my way down the road. Basically.
How badly hurt?
Scrapes. You know, the basics, but that's part of GPVing because speed is bad.
When you run into the mountain like that, what happens? Do you usually just get chewed up a little bit? Or?
He didn't run into it like this. He grazed it. He came out too wide in a turn and grazed the side of the mountain.
Did he get back on it, or?
He crashed. He got back up and went down the rest of the way.
Were you really surprised when you bailed today?
No, I took the crash pretty well, I thought. I crashed 4 days ago into a Pinto at about 55. But crashing, I mean, at that kind of speed, you slide so much, you have a lot of time to compensate and roll.
Well, the way you just said, you know, you crashed a couple days ago into a Pinto was so nonchalant. It would just seem like, you know, it's like a way of life for you. It's like crashing into things.
Well, you gotta figure the risk. It's a little bike, it's a light little bike, and if you're gonna die, it's gonna happen. I mean, there's nothing it's just you and the road.
The finalists, however, seemed to have it under control.
Yeah, and all these bearings, I built all these bearings you see here on the front row, except not those over there, but all, this is mine, this is mine, this one, that one, that one.
Your hammerbrain?
Yeah,
What's
right.
your first name?
Dan.
Early on, the finals looked like a duel of fairing designs, with chief designer Dan Hannebrink's totally enclosed GPV winning out on the straightaways.
taking it, but he did it in third. Mr. Tommy Bracken. Mr. Tommy Bracken.
There's the third prize, $130.
Thanks a lot. You come in handy.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for coming.
85 miles an hour. Top speed, that's shredding. Second place for Vision Streetwear, Mr. Jeffrey Flake.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Hey, you bet. There's the second place prize, $225 from the tram.
Thanks again.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Check over there.
Thanks a lot.
Let's give Jeff a hand. The man of the day for the downhill. This guy builds the killer fairings for everybody, and he also took the event. Mr. Dan Hannebrink. Top place finisher.
Nice run.
Dan Hannebrink, first place.
There's the big four.
And that rounds up.
All right.
Yeah, 40 years old, not bad.
Proud of you. Messi! Oh, yeah! Yeah!
Oh. Hey, dude. So I missed the first turn. Whoever designed that road put it in the wrong place. I'm surprised nobody else noticed it. Oh, good thing I landed on my head too, or I could have been a goner. Thank goodness for Aquanet, dude. Well, as long as I'm here, let's go for some ramp action, dude. Whoa, like my 1080s, that's T540s need a little work. But hey, my broski's here got it wide.
And for an extra dose of extremist excitement, the Vision Streetwear Ramp Jam brought Dave Volker and friends to a breathtaking sight just above the GPV course. With rides like this one by Oklahoma's amateur wonderman Matt Hoffman, it was hard to figure out where the pros begin and the amateurs leave off.
Now, what about this ramp? I talked to Dave earlier about this ramp, and you know, he said there was a little bit of some problems with it. It's a new ramp. They just built it yesterday. What do you think of it?
It's nice. It's more for skating though, because it has so much vert and stuff on it, and doesn't have a whole lot of flat. But you just have to take more time to get used to it and stuff, because it throws you out.
When the pros came out in the late morning, the sun blazed, and so did the riding.
Nah, they're all good. They all win.
Wait a minute, I think it's running.
Don't think anyone in particular is going to pull it? Could be the heat. It's pretty hot out here.
But as the jam raged on, it became apparent that what we were watching was the Josh White Show. The only question was, how long could Josh continue to outdo himself?
I tried to go, bonsai in the last one and hit a 540 real high, and I guess I landed a little bit bottom and my bars moved, and I hit my stomach against the bars, and I was worried about it after then because Ron was doing real good today.
And beyond a doubt, that was one of the highest 540s I ever saw.
Okay, let's move into third place. From General Bicycles, Todd Anderson. From the third place. Let's get Todd up here. Let's give this guy a hand. He's out here in the heat, getting around for us.
Congratulations. Here's a little money for you, Todd. Thanks for coming. Nice job.
All right, let's get Todd in there. Second place from Harlem, Mr. Too Hip, Ron Wilkerson. Let's give Ron a hand. Woo! Ron also has 2 shows to do today. This guy's working hard.
Thanks. Here you go.
A vision watch.
All right.
Don't walk off without the money, Ron.
Oh, yeah, okay.
From the tramway,
Hey,
250.
Right. Thanks.
I enjoyed the high air you were doing.
All right.
Looked good.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, let's give Ron a hand. Okay, the man of the day on the ramps. First place, GT Josh White. This guy deserves a big hand. You guys see what 540s he's doing?
Definitely wild after that crash, too.
Yeah, big 540.
Congratulations.
Say something?
Oh, thank you to all my fans, and I've always wanted a vision watch. And,
Now, do you want the first prize money?
All right.
This is great. Incredible.
Curb Dog's #1.
That's right, dudes. Josh is like Tarzan when it comes to the ramp jungle. He should be. I taught him everything I know. Don't tell anybody. Took me about 5 minutes, too. And you know why? 'Cause I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. I'm bad. Come on, Chip. I'm bad. Hey, dudes. I never did find that wave pool. But if you're talking gritty macho pools of sweat, there's no better place to find it than right here at a good BMX track. Remember, dudes, this is where it all started.
Over the first hill. Good position. He's bumping. Go to the inside. Damn it. Gotta get around this guy. Inside. I got it bumping. Whoa, off the track.
And when you're talking track racing, dude, a couple of my type broskies come to mind, like Eric Roop, King of the Cruisers, and 5-time BMX title holder, Pistol Pete Lonkarovich.
5 years ago, I started concentrating on my bicycle motocross career. I met my girlfriend, and she's been my full motivation towards the sport and my training. And basically, a lot of weight training, a lot of training, period, has helped me in my performance out there on the track, physically and mentally.
12,500 on the line for this particular division of pros, and Pistol Pete Lonkarovich gets the whole shot, and it's Greg Hill in the hot second spot. That's the two we chose to be battling in the main event.
Sanity now, out of nowhere, up into the third spot. It's Hill chasing Lonkarovich. Pistol Pete into the second turn with a 3 main event format. It could go either way down towards the finish line.
My diet tips are mainly low cholesterol, low fat, high protein, and complex carbohydrate diet. And basically I have a real high energy source from that diet. Eat, sleep, and ride BMX and race. And that's basically why I'm the most consistent BMX racer in the world. And that's why I'm #1.
The cruiser class has been coming on strong in recent years, in part due to the aggro efforts of guys like Eric Roop.
Patterson, your top 3 madness.
Making a move for the lead. He is a powerhouse on a cruiser, a phenomenally talented rider, a family man with children, lovely wife, living down in Chula Vista, California.
Daddy, Eric Roop on a mongoose. In front, he's got Leach, Patterson. Look at Slavic going past
making a move. Look at Pete making a move. Pete blows his pedal, says forget it.
Being a husband and a parent, I get some pretty interesting responses from people when I tell them what my occupation is. A lot of times they don't understand, and they say, well, you race bicycles, but what do you do for a living? And I said, well, I travel around the country and I race week in and week out, and that's what I do for a living. And they say, on those little bikes you do that?
The gate is down, and they're off down the straightaway. It looks like Palmer and Justice, Jared Justice on the inside. JJ, the Wheelworks pro out of Pennsylvania. Around in the turn, he's got Eric Roop on a mongoose in second. It's Justice and Roop going at it now, and look at Eric Roop, the daddy from San Diego, California. Rail in the turn, Justice goes down, takes a whole pile with him. Palmer moving up in there. It's going to be Roop and Rick Palmer, the Skyway pro, into second now. Out of the turn, it's going to be Roop and Palmer in the Cowboy, Todd Slavic, as they head towards the finish line stripe. Eric, the daddy Roop, taking the win.
Older brother Rob has also played a positive role in Eric's success.
I've had my share of wins, but as far as him doing, better than me, it's never been a problem, and I've always supported him, and every time he wins, it's just like me winning, so it's been great.
Mongoose rider himself, Mr. Eric Roop.
I see the future of BMX really shining brighter in the next few years because we have so many new sponsors coming in like Vision Streetwear and Eagle Snacks and Mongoose Bicycles, getting involved in sponsoring these races and promoting the sport of BMX. It's only going to help. That brings in the television coverage. More people get to see it. It's just going to become bigger and bigger.
BMX may not quite be a blood sport like alligator wrestling or a Rambo movie, but it's not all fun and games either, buddy.
Of course, BMX racing is not all macho muscling.
How long have you been racing?
4 years.
4 years. You've won some pretty impressive trophies, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you were looking out there and you were going to talk to some of the girls around the country, what would you say to them to get them out to the BMX track?
Well, it's sort of fun, and you would enjoy it, and it's fun.
The boys treat you okay out here?
Yeah.
Not a lot of problems with them?
No.
Have you ever raced the boys? Have you beat them?
Yeah, lots of times.
I'm here with top BMX girl Bonnie Hutland of the Hardee's National Foods BMX team. Bonnie, tell us something about your BMX career.
Well, I've been racing for 12 years, and I've traveled all over the country. I'm still loving it. Just the friends are the greatest. The competition, you love it. You can't get out of it.
What do you think about BMX guys?
I think they're gorgeous. Like, yeah. Yeah, about 25 girls out here and 1,000 guys. It's great. I've met a lot of fun people. A lot of professionals are here. I would have to say a lot of nice gentlemen. They're very sweet, and they're a lot of fun to be around.
That's my girlfriend. Most guys have companies who sponsor them. She sponsors me. She's Kathy. She's really cool.
Is she behind you?
All the way.
Check this out, dudes. This is Pipeline Skate Park in Upland, California. This is a rad terrain where BMX racers play copycat to skateboarders. And there you have it. BMX Freestyle was born.
You know, what's the difference really between like a skate park and a wooden ramp?
Well, see, the wooden ramps, it moves no matter what. It's going to flex a little bit, where a skate park is all out of cement and it doesn't move whatsoever. I mean, you know where it's at. If you make a mistake, you know whose fault it is.
Brian Blyther and Mike Dominguez are two more freestylists with firm skate park roots.
Worst wipeout? I don't know. None bad yet. Maybe tomorrow.
On the other extreme of the freestyle spectrum is the Flatland gymnastics-oriented approach of Chris Stacci.
I've been riding BMX bikes for about 4 years, but I raced for 2 years when there really wasn't much freestyle interest in my area, and I didn't really know how to get into it except for, you know, go out in the driveway and practice the tricks just a little bit. Then when I started finding freestylers and finding out how to do the tricks, then I started about 2 years ago seriously freestyling.
And somewhere between Daci and Dominguez is a frantic fraternity of Flatland freestyle wondermen. Prominent among the new breed is Darren Pelio of New Hampshire, whose machine gun attack promises to make him a giant killer in competition. Perhaps one day a freestyle giant himself.
When sharp moves meet the flats, you can bet a gnarly session's going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year this young man was the Masters champion. Right in from Harlow, let's welcome Dennis Thrills McCoy.
And then there's Dennis McCoy, Freestyle's main man, as much at home ravaging the ramps as trailblazing on the flats.
You know, you're from Kansas City, Missouri. What kind of practice stuff do you do?
We practice a lot. We just usually ride in the winter flatland in like an underground parking garage. And, you know, on ramps, we get a little practicing in the winter, you know, on half pipes, just brush off the snow and ride the ramp. But, yeah, we practice a lot.
The whole story of freestyle could not be told without a tribute to R.L. Osborne, one of the founding fathers, still going strong a decade later.
we were a judge and you were, could talk right to us, what should we look for?
Consistency, excitement, difficulty of the tricks, maybe a little bit of originality, what's new and what's happening, like all the things you see. A little bit of trendiness too, that's always something, to see something to judge against.
Whoa, this looks like the makings of a street-style jam. Or is this a party?
Well, every day, like when I go to ramp practice or something, I'll just ride my bike, thrash on everything. And then at night, we'll practice ground, then we'll thrash around a little too, so this is what I do most.
And even if it's not, we'll party anyway. Born
And what happens when the original party animal, my bro, Craig Grosso, meets the street? Something stylish, no doubt.
Craig Grosso has been exposed to freestyle for a number of years, and he's become a real street god in his own right. Let's make some noise for this guy. Yeah!
Dave Volker can have this much fun with one car. Just think what he and his buddy Brian Blyther could do with a whole fleet of them.
No way. Hey, dudes, check it out. There's a tree over there. Let's go get it. Hey, dudes! Here I am in Flint, Michigan at Ron Wilkerson's Two Hip King of Vert contest. This is a classic encounter of the top freestylers in the known world. This is a classic case of BMX Xtremes.
Walk it out.